Welcome, my friends. Real Madrid versus PSG. What happened in that game? First, let's give PSG their flowers. They're the European champions. Luis Enrique has created an amazing team, and they deserve the win against Real Madrid. Now let's put PSG aside. Let's discuss what actually happened in the game. Rudiger's performance was bad, and he made a big mistake at the beginning of the game. Asensio's performance was also bad, and he made a big mistake at the beginning as well. Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, Güler, all Real Madrid players were below average and didn't do anything to make it up for the fans, except Militao in the second half. That's on the players' side. What about the coach, Xabi Alonso? Even Alonso had mistakes, and to me, that's the real problem. He's not solely responsible for the loss, but he's responsible for the poor collective performance we witnessed. And that's the real disaster, not the loss itself. Before the PSG game, Alonso was playing a possession-based style throughout the Club World Cup. He relied on tactical triangles, quick beautiful passing, used Gonzalo as a box striker, and instructed the players to pass to Gonzalo. His ideas were entertaining and successful. Then when it's time to face PSG, Alonso suddenly decided to try new ideas against the current European champions. That's a huge mistake from the coach. You shouldn't change ideas and take risks against PSG after you were playing with a stable approach for a few games. Yes, you can try new ideas in other games, but not against the current European champions. Some might say the absence of Housen and Arnold is the reason why Alonso changed the plan. That's not an excuse. He could have replaced Housen with Asensio or Militao and Arnold with Valverde and played with the same ideas he used against Juventus and Dortmund. And still, you might not win. It might not work. It's okay. What matters is that you play against PSG with a system everyone is familiar with, so the players don't look as lost as they did. They looked like they didn't even know their own positions or their teammates' positions because it was a new system against a tough opponent. Regardless of individual errors, regardless of the loss, I'm talking about the coach's ideas right now. The first strange mistake by Alonso was playing Mbappe close to the goal and placing Gonzalo further from the goal to pass the ball to Mbappe. Gonzalo is a classic striker. He should be positioned inside the box, exactly how he played in previous games, because he doesn't have the pace or dribbling to cut inside and pass to Mbappe. Mbappe should have been the right winger, cutting in and passing to Gonzalo. That would have been the logical and natural decision. And if you're not allowed to play Mbappe as a right wing because the club management forbids it, then you should have played Brahim Diaz instead of Gonzalo, because Brahim can cut inside and pass to Mbappe. Or you should have just benched Gonzalo and used 3-5-2 as the formation. The second mistake Alonso made was relying on random counterattacks instead of trying to keep possession as he did against Juventus and Dortmund. Yes, it's hard to dominate possession against PSG, which is why I use the word trying. What's important is to try. I prefer an attempt to apply a good, stable idea and lose the game over watching the chaos we watched. Fans called for Ancelotti's departure because of the chaos, and they don't have the patience to see the same from Alonso. The players and the coach are responsible for the PSG game. Both sides should learn from this experience if they want to win anything next season. Another important point, since Mbappe's arrival, Vini's role has become secondary. He was the player that provides all the danger in big games, but now he's just a player who passes the ball to Mbappe. His impact in big games has disappeared. This is a key issue that Alonso must study. Vini's skills must be utilized logically, or he should be sold if they don't want to use him properly. But what's happening right now doesn't make sense. Also, the current use of Mbappe and Bellingham is terrible, and we all know there is marketing pressure affecting how they're being used. We hope that Perez removes this pressure so Alonso can use them however he wants to. Yes, Mbappe can play as a striker, but his strength is on the wings, left or right, due to his speed and dribbling. Yes, Bellingham can play as an attacking midfielder, but his real strength as a central midfielder because of his physicality, defensive ability, ball control, and passing skills. The club wants to recreate a Cristiano project by playing Mbappe as a striker and a Zidane project by playing Bellingham as an attacking midfielder. But they refuse to understand that Mbappe is not Cristiano and Bellingham is not Zidane. You can't force these things. They must happen naturally. Some of the fans started calling for Vinicius to be sold. I think their anger is reasonable because Vini is not saving the team anymore, regardless of the excuses. Also, some fans regret signing Mbappe. Their anger is reasonable as well. The team dynamic has gotten worse since his arrival, regardless of the excuses. It doesn't matter that he has scored many goals. PSG's coach, Luis Enrique, said that he prefers 4 players who score 12 goals each over 1 player who scores 40. That's a crucial point, and Alonso should think deeply about it. Alonso has a major challenge, which is figuring out how to properly use Vinicius, Mbappe, and Bellingham next season, because what's happening right now is pure chaos. Also, both Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. need to work harder next season to win back the fans. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. When you play for Real Madrid, you must prove yourself every year, as if you're a new player every season. That's a very important rule that both of them must understand. As for Alonso, like we said in the first episode, this coach needs 6 months before we can clearly see his ideas. He inherited a team full of tactical problems, and he didn't have enough time to fix these problems. In January, we will judge his ideas, because what we're seeing right now does not reflect his philosophy. The best is yet to come.